What is up, guys? If you're wondering why I look like this, it's because of you guys. I put a poll on my YouTube community page last night asking you guys what my next video should be. And do you know what you heathens said? The majority of you guys wanted me to read fanfiction to you, so that's what we're gonna do. But when I read fanfiction, I'm curled up in my blanket in the dead of night, comfy, no bra. I have a bra on. You guys are gonna ruin the fanfiction reading experience for me. Today, we're gonna read 3 fanfics. They're not gonna be super long because we would be here forever. I feel like for the Hazbin community, the best 3 fics that I could do is an X-Reader, a radio apple, and a static moth. Just to start, this is a tester video. I'm gonna try and make this as satisfying as I possibly can. Yeah, this is just a tester video to see if you guys like it, and if you do, then I'll read fics that you guys suggest. I'll read ships that you guys suggest, but these are my 3 top picks for fanfics, so deal with it. All right, let's get into it. The first fic, as promised, is going to be an X-Reader. It's going to be a Vox X-Reader because I wanted it to be. This one is titled Screen Time by Who Man Does Cosplay. The summary says, he glances at me in confusion and raises an eyebrow. Are you going to tell me what you want yet? I continue to stay quiet as I tap his screen with my finger. I would never do that. I grumble as he overrides my touch, his face staying on his screen, like he's an iPad? Oh, sorry, let me stop. He raises an eyebrow at that. What are you doing? Did you wake me up just to do that? I let out a small sigh before pouting at him. That was a very uninformative summary, but it's only 1,194 words, so. All right. I sigh as I flop back onto my couch, grabbing my TV remote in the process. After taking a moment to get comfortable, I point the TV remote towards the screen while pressing the power button. My eyebrows furrow as nothing happens, making me try again. What the hell? I mutter to myself as my TV still doesn't turn on. I bang my remote against my hand slightly before pressing the button once more. Come on, I plead, but to no one's surprise, I'm still left staring at a black screen. A groan escapes me as I toss the remote onto the nearby table. For fuck's sake, I sink further into my spot, just staring at the TV, before finally standing up and making my way out of my room. I head out into the hallway and look towards the elevator. A slight grumble leaves me as I glare, making my way over to it. Hitting the button to call it, I cross my arms in annoyance and tap my foot while impatiently waiting for it to arrive. Why is she so angry? I step into the elevator and quickly press the button for Vox's floor. Yeah, because he's the handyman. TV's not working. Better call Vox. The door shut and the elevator began to go up. I stand in silence for a few minutes before it comes to a stop with another ding of the bell. The doors slide open and I walk through the hallway until I make it into his living room. I glance around, noticing the empty space, until my eyes dart between his office door and bedroom door. Which one is he more likely to be in right now? Gee golly, I wonder. Considering it's late at night, he's likely not in his office, so I turn my gaze toward the bedroom door before walking over to it. I have a favor, I blurt out as I open his door without bothering to knock. That is rude. That could get you in a lot of trouble. I watch as Vox yawns and rubs his eyes before looking over at me. It says YN, but YN. What the hell? He grumbles tiredly. I tilt my head slightly. Huh? You don't usually go to bed this early. Long day? He nods. Something like that. What do you want? Make it fast. I'm tired. I hum as I walk further into his room, stopping at the foot of his bed. I need a favor, I say again, reaching my hand out towards him. Come on. He looks at my hand and sighs before taking it reluctantly. What do you want, doll? Stop. I drag him out of his room and to his couch in the living room. I push his chest slightly, making him sit before I take a seat as well. I bring my legs up onto the cushions, crossing them as I face Vox. He glances at me in confusion and raises an eyebrow. Are you going to tell me what you want yet? I continue to stay quiet as I tap his screen with my finger. I grumble as he overrides my touch, his face staying on his screen. He raises an eyebrow at that. What are you doing? Did you wake me up just to do that? I let out a small sigh before pouting at him. My TV isn't working and I just want to watch the new episode of my show. Vox blinks a few times, the tiredness he feels slowly fading as his mind processes what I just said. You woke me up just to use my screen as a TV? Please, I whine. I watch the show literally every single night before I go to bed. He sighs and runs a hand down his face. Seriously? You woke me up just to watch one of your shows. That's what I said. I nod as I continue to pout. I can't. He looks at my expression and grumbles. I can't say no when you do that. You're lucky I love you. No. My pout turns into a large smile. Love you too. Now let me watch, I say quickly as I start to tap his face again. He rolls his eyes, but his slight smile betrays him. He allows it this time, making my touch affect his screen. As I begin to find my show, his voice continues to emit from the screen. Why can't you just watch it on my TV in here? He asks, pointing to the TV on his wall. That's a good point. I pause for a moment and process his question. You know, that didn't cross my mind. A sheepish smile forms on my face. That probably would have been easier. His face appears as he rolls his eyes, amused. You're a dumbass, you know that? I puff out my cheeks as I flip him off. Fuck off. He grins, unfazed by that. You're adorable when you're angry. He then pulls me into his side, making me huff before I lean into his embrace. He grabs the remote, handing it to me. So how long is this show anyway? Because I'd like to go back to bed soon. I quickly find my show and click on it before responding. An hour. He sighs, pulling me a bit closer to him. Of course it is. Why am I not surprised? I tilt my head up to look at him as I grin. It's a really good show, though. Yeah, he rolls his eyes, but smiles back down at me. Now just watch your show so I can go back to sleep. I laugh slightly before turning my head back towards the TV. He yawns and wraps his arms a bit tighter around me, resting his screen on top of my head. That doesn't sound comfortable. After a while, my eyes begin to feel heavier as I try my best to stay awake. Vox glances down at me as he notices my eyes beginning to close. Are you going to fall asleep here, or do you actually plan to go back to your own room? I shake my head stubbornly, not tired. A chuckle leaves him. Yeah, right. You're half asleep already. I continue to try to watch my show, squinting my eyes to try and keep them open. He shakes his head before standing up while picking me up in the process. All right, that's enough screen time for you tonight. Oh, he's got jokes. I whine slightly as he picks me up, but I lean into him. I'm not tired. I can finish the episode without falling asleep. Yeah, right. The way you're fighting to keep your eyes open really says otherwise, he jokes, carrying me over to my bedroom. We're finishing it tomorrow then, I demand before yawning. He rolls his eyes, a smile on his face. Yeah, whatever you say, doll. He opens the door to his room and walks inside before placing me down on the bed. I immediately get comfortable before closing my eyes. He lays down next to me, wrapping an arm around my waist and pulling me closer to him. Again, with the screen, I don't understand how that's working exactly. It's fine. It's okay. Good night, doll, he murmurs out, kissing me on my forehead before closing his eyes as well. Night, I murmur back with a small smile on my face. That was kind of sweet, I guess. That was cute for a Vox X reader. That was cute. Okay, after much deliberation, I have found a radio apple fic. It's only 461 words, super short, but it sounds cute enough. The title is Please Stay With Me, and the summary is Lucifer is broken after Lilith left. He keeps asking people to stay, and eventually someone accepts. Gee golly, I wonder who that could be. Let's start. Everything has been difficult since Lilith left him and Charlie. Quickly, he finds a way to forget by having sex with some friends with benefits. Whoa! Whoa! Nothing serious, mostly a way to get his brain fucked out for a moment, but no one stays and no strings are authorized. No matter how many times Lucifer has asked for his partner to stay for the night, the answer never changes. Lucifer spends his nights crying in his too big bed, craving a soft touch, a gentle caress, or a reassuring head pat. Anything, really. Lucifer is desperate at this point. He used to shout and scream in his pillow, but he moved to Charlie's hotel, so he has to be discreet. She can't learn that he's not feeling well and that he's still heartbroken after those centuries. After all those centuries. Let me stop. He's also limited when it comes to visitors. He's mostly seeing Frederick at the moment, who is a family friend. Frederick. Lucifer knows the answer already, but he keeps asking and hoping one day the answer will change. I'm sorry, Lulu. Beth is waiting for me at home. See you soon. Fred always says that, at least. He still has a wife. How did they succeed in staying together? Lucifer doesn't know. He's still so happy for them, but also jealous of their couple. He doesn't want them to break up their relationship. He just wants what they have. He just wants someone to stay with him, no matter the hard times. Yes, my lord? The voice catches Lucifer off guard. He has been so ready for the other man to reject him once they are done. The grammar's killing me. He turns his head to glance at the radio demon, still shocked that Alistair wants to stay and spend the night with him. What? Lucifer asks, not sure it's his brain playing with him. I accepted your offer to stay for the night, Alistair responds with a collected tone as he gets comfortable in Lucifer's bed. Great, Lucifer says, not knowing what to do now. It's been ages since he had someone to sleep with him, actually just sleep with him. Lucifer turns to his side to hide from Alistair, tears filling his eyes. He feels so happy and relieved, even if it's just Alistair. What does that mean? What do you mean, even if it's just Alistair? Be nice. Even if he might have some ulterior motives, Lucifer doesn't care much. Arms sneak around the king to hold him. Don't cry too loud. Charlie will worry, Alistair comments, making Lucifer obvious about his ugly sobbing noises. I'm sorry, he can only think to say, as Alistair's warmth feels surreal for him, bringing back some life into his body. What do you mean by that? He has felt cold for so long, but not anymore. He might regret it tomorrow, but Lucifer doesn't care at all. He won't sleep alone tonight. That's all he wanted. And that's our radio apple fic. It was cute, I guess. The grammar was terrible. Not so terrible that I couldn't read it, so. And that was written by angsty, impish writer, Grief in Hold. Thank you, angsty, impish writer. Okay, last but not least, we have our Static Moth fic. This one is a part of a collection called the V Family Album. I've actually read a couple of them, but this one is new. This one just came out like a couple days ago. And it's called 6 in the Morning, written by Hazbin, written words aloud. The summary is Vox had gone to sleep in a bad mood, also at 2 in the morning. He hadn't expected to wake up at 6, right before his alarm, to the smell of breakfast. The tags say, there's only 3 tags. And they say soft Valentino, soft Vox, and breakfast in bed. So I'm excited. Vox had gone to sleep in a bad mood, also at 2 in the morning. He hadn't expected to wake up at 6, right before his alarm, to the smell of breakfast. In his bedroom. The quiet clatter of dishes on a tray when something was placed on top of his comforter. Valentino grinned, the light from Vox's face reflecting off his gold tooth. Good morning, Voxy. One of the lights turned on and Vox was faced with breakfast. Breakfast in bed. What? This is one of the things he would do for Val, or used to do for Val before they had people to do this for them. Coffee and oatmeal and fruit and those sugary breads that Vox forgot the name of, which Valentino just loved. Conchas? Something like that. What's the occasion? Vox asked as he sat up. He could tell Val hadn't gotten to sleep. First and foremost because Val was awake at 6 in the morning. Me too. None. Val crawled into bed next to him, cuddling into his side. It was apparently time for him to go to sleep, while Vox had to wake up after only getting 4 hours. For once, Vox didn't mind. Does Papito like? Yes. At this point, the food could have been bad. Not possible, whether Val had cooked it himself or gotten their chef to do it. And Vox would have liked it. He wasn't used to Val spoiling him outside of, well, technically, he was in bed, but... But he meant outside of sex. Still, leave it to Valentino to take something completely non-sexual and make it into something to treat Vox with in bed, of all places. Vox picked up the coffee and took a sip, wrapping his other arm around Val. I like how Valentino just decided that it was time for him to just slither into bed and go to sleep. No explanation whatsoever. Val had sounded plenty awake less than a minute ago, but now he chirped like he was halfway to slumber. Vox rubbed circles at his nape, digging his claws carefully through the fur. There has to be an occasion. Val pressed his face against Vox's hip, two of his arms slung over Vox's thighs. Taking care not to spill anything, Vox scooted the tray across the bed, around and over Val and his legs, so he could eat. It was so simple. Vox would likely be mad at him later. There was the very real chance that Val had done this because he had done something else last night, which Vox would not like, and Vox would find out about it within an hour. But for this moment, Vox wouldn't let any of the what-ifs ruin it. Val's good antenna twitched. Vox removed his hand from the back of his neck to remove Val's glasses and put them aside. Sweet dreams, Dove. Val didn't want him to call him that anymore, but hey, he was asleep. Vox could say whatever he wanted. I love you. Vox could say whatever he wanted, and Val would never know. I love them so much. I don't think you guys understand just how much I love Static Moth. Like, they're toxic and they're terrible for each other, but when they're not, the fanon versions of Static Moth, I just love them so much. But yeah, that was it. So tell me if you guys enjoyed me sitting here reading fanfics to you, and I will do more of it. And if you didn't like it, give me better ideas, because I make these videos for you. You gotta tell me what you want so I can give it to you. Within reason. I love you guys, and I will catch you in the next video. Later!